Thanks for dropping in. In this video, I go inflatable packing diving, and I have a party while sitting on my own in the dark. I was recently having a look around various online shops when I came across this keyboard and mouse combo from Scan here in the UK. Now, while cheap keyboard and mouse combos are very common, this one caught my eye because it actually has a mechanical keyboard rather than the cheaper membrane ones that are usually included in these deals. And at £15.98 with free delivery, this seemed to be priced around the mark you would normally expect to pay for cheap membrane keyboard combos. It was only available with the blue switches, which I guess are the cheaper equivalents to Cherry MX Blue, which are tactile clicky switches, but hey, so I bought it. So what turned up? Given this was £15.98 with free shipping, it was packed exceptionally well. So after wading through an environmental disaster, probably bringing on the next ice age worth of plastic, I eventually found the keyboard and mouse combo box. First impressions are pretty positive. At this price point, a brown plain box may have been included, but here we appear to have a proper printed retail box, red and black in colour and branded 0. Inside we have the mouse in a foam sleeve, and at first glance it seems decent enough. And then the keyboard, which is indeed a proper mechanical and feels surprisingly good quality. The keys do indeed appear to be Cherry MX Blue clones with tactile feel and audible click. Of interest is that the box, keyboard and mouse are all branded 0. No mention at all of the X-Clio Team Wolf branding as shown on the scan page, although the actual keyboard and mouse look identical to those in the picture. A quick look online shows that the Z10s are a model number being used by many companies, and it looks like these boxes have the option of several different switch options. So it may be a generic Z10 keyboard is made and then the switches and branding are made to the brand specifications. If you know more about how this may work regarding rebranding and badging, please let me know in the comments. As mentioned, this keyboard has blue switches. Cherry made the first MX range in the 1980s and they became pretty much the standard. Now that the patent has expired, there are several clones, most of which use the same naming scheme. Blue have a tactile feedback, an audible click. Red are linear, so no feedback and have relatively low pressure needed to press them down. Brown do have a tactile feedback, so are similar to blue, however they do not have an audible click, so are less likely to annoy work colleagues or family members. Then there is black, which are very similar to red in that they are linear with no feedback, but they need more pressure to activate. And silver, which are also linear, only require 1.2mm of movement, so are faster, so aimed more at gamers. There are also others, such as green, but they are less common. So how is it to use? Very good. The clone blue switches work great with no variation between them that I can tell. And of course there's the RGB. In fact, it's not actually RGB as each key has its own set colour. So although each key can light independently, its colour will always be the same. Stabilisation is good, especially of the spacebar. And in the dark, a full disco can happen. The lights can be turned off though, luckily. Slightly annoying, given how many lights there are on this thing, is that there's no light indicator for caps lock, scroll lock or number lock being on. Given that each key has its own light, you'd have thought it would be an easy job to get that to come on and go off for the lock keys, but no such luck. Also, while in use, I found that the left Alt key seemed to be slightly unusually positioned, in my opinion, but that's probably just a personal preference and what I've been used to. The mouse, thankfully, has no RGB, but it does have 2 side buttons and a DPI adjuster, all which work well with no extra drivers needed with Windows 10, and seem like a good mouse overall. So in summary, for $15.98 delivered, I'm very happy. I can't speak for longevity, but should any of the keyboard switches fail, being a mechanical keyboard, they can just be replaced and switched out, unlike membrane keyboards. And the mouse, well, mice are that bit easier and cheaper to replace. Do you have a mechanical keyboard? If so, which switches do you prefer? Please like and subscribe to the channel and leave any comments below. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.